Well, we were living in the new house, Jessica, Julian, and me. So that would have been about 1987 or 1988. Now, back in those days, everybody had a crop, and for many years it wasn't a problem. But then the DEA started in with their helicopters, and that really changed everybody's patterns. And there were so many people in this area that had crops that it was sort of like training ground for the pilots. And you knew when they would be coming, the end of August, early September, And as soon as one showed up, and it'd be up at Bruffy's Creek or Rush Run or a little bit north, they'd get on the phone and say, well, okay, it's coming, call, it's coming, it's call. Well, anyway, we were in the house, and I heard a helicopter. Of course, you hear helicopters, it doesn't really make any difference. You hear them. Well, it was getting louder and louder and louder and louder. All of a sudden, it's right out the living room windows. Now, the way the house was built, in front of the house, it was all windows. Oh, it was about 10 or 11 foot that was flat, and then it really went down. So this helicopter was able to be eye level with the front windows because there was this depression here. Boy, it freaked me out. Anyway, I ran and grabbed my gun, my rifle, and I grabbed Julian, and I went outside and I put the rifle on one hip and I had Julian on the other hip. And I could see these guys in the helicopter. I guess there was 3 of them, or 4 or 3. Well, if you can imagine a helicopter trying to slam on its brakes and put itself in reverse, well, that's what these guys did. I thought they were going to stall and crash, but they managed to switch gears and hightail it out of there. And of course, I was very angry. I didn't like it because I wasn't smoking, I wasn't growing. It was intimidating, and it was over in a flash. Well, a couple of hours later, the phone rings, and it's Paul Simmons. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Paul Simmons, the prosecuting attorney for Pocahontas County. He's saying, well, Stephen, you're in a lot of trouble. You were pointing guns at, DEA agents and helicopters and FAA rules and all these other rules. So I said, well, now listen, Paul. First of all, I don't smoke. I don't grow. These guys, you're calling me from Pocahontas County. I don't know why. I'm in Greenbrier County. These guys had no business being here. They had no business flying where they were at that level. And I didn't point any gun at anybody. I heard a helicopter. I didn't know what was going on. And I happened to have my rifle and my son. And I walked out of my house. I didn't point any rifles at anybody. And, if they thought there was something wrong, it's because they were wrong. Well, that was the end of that. That was helicopters.